afternoon, everyone. I decided to do something different today because it poured rain all night last night. It kept me awake most of the night. It kept waking me up. It was so hard and so loud. And Callie, my cat, must have been bothered by it because she was in bed with me and out of bed with me and hopping back up and down, and she even slept laying on my stomach for a while last night, so I didn't get much rest last night. At daybreak this morning, after I spent a couple hours with God, I went outside to feed the squirrels and the birds, and there was rainwater ankle deep in places on my property, and it's black gumbo, thick black gumbo clay all over my property, so it takes it forever to soak in. The wind is blowing hard here and at home, and it's cold, so I decided to come to the beach. I love the beach. Look at all the seashells down here. This old cowboy, this old rancher, this old farmer, this old country boy likes to go to the beach too. Because no matter where I go in the world, I am surrounded by God's creations. And they're different in all parts of the world. You know, here I am 20 minutes away from my home. There is no sand at home. There is no ocean at home. There are no seashells at home. There is no horizon like that at home. There's a ship out there. Over there is an offshore oil well. Got sand dunes over here. And God is here. God's presence is very strong here. And I love that. I love being anywhere where His presence is strong. So I just wanted to share this with you today. I had some scriptures to share with you, but I left my notes at home. I didn't even think to bring them. Often, just about every day, God will put a song in my head, and I will sing that song out loud while I'm walking around feeding all the animals and checking out stuff on the property and so forth. And this morning it was a song from my youth, from when I was a little child in church. And I don't remember the name of the song, the title of it. But some of the lyrics are, do Lord, oh do you remember me? Do Lord, do you remember me? And part of it says, I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. Look away beyond the blues. And that is because God is there. God is light. We are taught that many places in the Bible. There are no shadows in heaven because of the brightness of God. The sun is bright. You can't hardly see it today, but the sun is bright. But the sun is not as bright as God because the sun creates shadows. You stand in front of the sun, facing the sun, and there's going to be a shadow behind you. You stand with your back to the sun, there's going to be a shadow in front of you. The sun is not as bright as God. With God's light shining everywhere, there are no shadows. Look at that. Sea foam getting all over my boots. But I love coming down here. And that song I wanted to share with you just to remind you that God is light. In Him is no darkness at all. We need to walk in that light. We need to stay in that light. Friends, you need to spend time with God in His Word and in prayer. Really, you can do it pretty much all day. I do. Of course, I'm way out in the country. Nobody to talk to except God. And I like that. I love the time I have with God, and it's not just 2 or 3 hours in the morning, it's all day long. That sea foam blowing across there like Cool Whip or something. I just wanted to share this with you. Nothing spectacular, but it's very spectacular. I come here often. I love it down here. Down not too far, maybe a mile down this beach, a river runs into the Gulf of Mexico, and there are mountains of driftwood down there, beautiful pieces of driftwood. I've picked up quite a few pieces and took them home. I don't know what I'll do with them. Some of them are long and narrow, like an inch, inch and a half in diameter, and 5-6 feet long, and I thought I'd clean them up and put some varnish on them and give them away as hiking sticks or hiking poles, whatever those things are called. They're the perfect size and they're beautiful pieces of wood. Don't know what kind of wood, not any kind of wood that grows around here, but there's a lot of it down there. But anyway, I just wanted to share God with you today from Bryan Beach, Freeport, Texas. Beautiful Gulf of Mexico. And I don't know, you probably can't tell it from here, but out about 100 yards out there, there's some 5 or 6 foot tall waves. I'm surprised there's not surfers down here. They'll surf in hurricanes. So I'm sure this cold weather wouldn't stop them, but evidently it is, because there's no surfers anywhere down here. I'll let y'all go. I just wanted to share this time with God with y'all. God is awesome. I am so anxious to be raptured out of here and be at home with Him. But I love being here also. I love being here because God is everywhere I go. God is so good. I hope you know God. I really do. That is my desire, that everyone of my YouTube friends, everyone on YouTube, whether they know me or have seen my channel or not, know God. That's what the world needs. That's what every person in the world needs, is God. And I thank God for waking me up and for drawing me to Him and for saving my wretched, stinking, nasty soul at 51 years of age. I thank Him so much for that. And I totally became His. I belong to Him now. I am His servant. I am His hands and feet here on earth. I love you, friends, and I will talk to you another time.